Hello guys and welcome to episode 3 of my Rimmedieval Overhaul series. So we're coming straight back in from episode 2 where we've got Circling in a little shack who's about to say healing up, but no, she's just fast asleep. She's now refueling the fire and hopefully she'll get on with some good tasks for us. We've got Richard who's relaxing by the fire in the pouring rain with his helmet on, so not really that relaxing, but he's at least doing something and he's awake and he's pretty healthy. The raid has left some scars on him. Not scars, literally, but has left him some wounds, but they're healing up fine. So, let's get into the episode and let's try and get this shack built and hopefully get some more colonists. Let's go. Okay, so starting things off, we're already making loads of progress. Richard has got these stone cutting spots set up. So, stone blocks, brilliant. If you're familiar with normal Rimworld, which I assume you are if you're watching this, you'd know that stone blocks are a pretty good early game material to get set up. You just have to get the stone block cutting research done, which I don't actually know where it is. I think it might just be one that's automatically integrated into the save. But normally you get that research done, and then you get the stone cutting platform done. But it's very manual labour intensive getting the stone blocks. You need someone with good crafting, who's just on it 24/7 to get, let's say, 2,000 stone granite blocks or sandstone blocks or whatever. With this, we can, get it straight up. We don't have to get the tech. We need to get this, but the problem is it's going to probably take a long time. You can see here, work speed, 32% outdoors by temperature. So as we've got this walled off with a roof, that will hopefully resolve a little bit, but I can't see it being improved that much, again, with the bad temperature, unless we get some torches in here. So things are going to be slow, and it's going to take some time, but with Circle Line here now helping us on the farms, it's going to speed up. We're doubling our speed. We can also get a lot more done now, because we're working on two things at once. So not only are the crops being planted and grown, that then means when Richard's done with his things, the crops might even be grown and ready to be planted. Whereas if it was just Richard, he wouldn't have even sown the crops yet. So things are getting good. But heat stroke, it's 40 degrees out there and Richard's got all this gear on. Right. Oh, I don't want to. Right, I'm gonna take Richard inside. I'm gonna dump off the steel chain helmet because slowing things down. Look how slow he is. He's still recovering from. He's got more food poisoning. He's recovering from his other food poisoning, and then he's now got more food poisoning again. I saw it earlier. Actually, he ate some rice because we don't actually have any space. So let's get a stockpile here. Oh, he's just stopping to throw up. Sorry about that, guys. Vomiting. Right. We'll leave him to that for a second. Let's here get food. Just got some more place to store food and simple meals because we don't have any simple meals. So he's having to eat the raw rice. Things aren't going good. So let's get him in here and let's take off his helmet. Yep, now he's eating more raw rice. So Richard, instead of doing that, why don't you cook some rice first? Yes, that's a good boy, Richard. Don't be silly and eat the bloody raw rice, you silly buffoon. Okay, so we have actually had some cargo pods come crashing down again. Let's use our imagination. What could we say these cargo pods actually are in medieval terms? Let's just say a trader was passing through and his cart sort of breaking down and so on, these pumpkin fritters fell off. I don't know. You've got to use your imagination with this sort of thing, because why else would pumpkin fritters suddenly appear on our area? But we've got some. And sweet dense biscuit of pumpkin and flour, the caramelized confectionery glaze. So these should be very nice, tasty food. We've got 39 of them. I haven't got any space for them, but I have got some storage set up here, which we're moving the simple meals into. So at least we've got some extra space to store some stuff. To store some food. I've also got Richard prioritizing to make meals. He's got cooking 7. I actually had him on a 2, but now I made him a 1 to cook food. So we are actually getting some simple meals down. But we'll get them. Actually, Circling's already snatched them all up. I probably should keep them to ourselves. And then we can have them. Yeah, brilliant. So we've got them in storage. My main goal next is, setting this up. You can see this is no longer saying about being unroofed. It's just saying about being outdoors. But it is spoiling soon. We really can't do anything about that. Like, this is where this mod pack is so challenging, because obviously it's medieval times. There is no refrigeration or freezing. So I don't know how we can deal with food going off, apart from drying meat or making rations. But we do not have enough time to research this sort of stuff. Basic agriculture. Oh, sorry. I haven't even looked at any of this. I'm such a noob at this mod pack. Basic agriculture unlocks ploughed soil increases the fertility. Gardening box, millstone to make, I assume, some sort of flour. Different crops, onions, mushrooms, lentils, garlic, rustic furniture. Does this use timber? I assume instead of raw wood, but we get some beds. Wow, wow, wow. Stone cutting. That actually knocks the stone cutting table. So this is just a very early game. The stone cutting spot, the stone cutting table is actually one that gives you better speed. So that's a lot for us to work on here, guys. A lot for us to work on. I just need things to speed up on terms of with our people, but that will happen. Oh, actually, little mood buff there. 8 pumpkin fritters, 2 bonus to mood. Brilliant. Can't complain. Who doesn't like pumpkin fritters? Well, I've never even heard of them, so I'm sure I'd like them. Okay, so I said earlier about how Richard's iron-willed. Well, actually, he's now fuming. He's eaten some pumpkin fritters and he's going crazy. He's on an insulting spree. What I hate about this mood debuff state is the fact that because you're insulting other colonists, it means that they can get into a mental break, and it's just a vicious cycle of everyone suddenly getting fuming. It also starts lots of fights because the person will insult the other person and they just start beating each other up. And Richard, if Richard gets into a fight with one of our colonists, we might actually see someone get pretty hurt. So, and if he whips out that bloody longsword, then we might say bye-bye to that other colonist. Really going at it. Circlene's insulted times 5. Oh, look, her mood is just flying down. Major break risk for her. This is what I mean. Yeah, there's a fight. Oh, we got out his sword and he... Oh my goodness, is she okay? Just loads of bruises. Okay, I think he's just whacking her with the sword, not actually slicing her. Christ, this is what I mean. It's dangerous stuff. You don't want to mess around with Richard. You don't want to get on his bad side. Think of that. Deep down, he means well. Look, he's healing her up. She'll recover, and you can see we're making good progress. Circlene's laid out all the logs for our walls, and Richard's now coming in to build them. So we can get this base constructed soon, all roofed up. It won't be classed as outside, so things won't deteriorate as fast. And then we can even get some. Oh, I can't get. We could get. We don't have any timber, so we can't actually get. I was about to get some floors laid down. No, we can't. What we can do though is have more storage for all our crops. We can then hopefully try to get some research, because research is so important. Because the basic cooking, basic agriculture, furniture, stone cutting, candle making. God, there's so much of this. Leather tanning. There's so much of this mod pack. It's absolutely awesome. But we're not going to find it if we don't get some research done. So to get the research done, we just need to complete all our priority jobs. Farming, cleaning, constructing. We can't do that without more people. Or at least unless we run into problems. Okay, so actually, we're starting to get this place fully walled off. There's only 3 more walls left to go. It's just the doors left, but they're all with timber. So I've got my crafting spot back. It's classed as outdoors because we haven't got these doors in place, which is really frustrating. So we do need timber. I have got crafting set to 2. There's just still so many jobs for them both to do that are 1 before we hit that 2 crafting. But hopefully we'll get some timber made, get these doors in place. And with that, we'll have this place no longer classed as outdoors. We won't get a penalty here. I can also then increase all my stock. I said this was going to be the granary, didn't I? So let's just take what I'd stored here and expand that zone to here. And then I'll just shrink this one here. And I will say all the settings here to make sure that only food is stored here. So assuming we've had about 20 harvests in the few months that we've been here, I am going to expand our cloth field because we're constantly harvesting all of these crops here, apart from the corn, which grows very slowly. Constantly harvesting all the other crops here, but we need lots of cloth. I want to get our bedroll spots in, and we'll need more bedrolls when we get more people. And I also want to use cloth to make other textiles. Maybe get some gambesons made or other things like that later on, because it's growing so slowly. And it shouldn't take very long to grow. I want to get just a massive spot here for all the cloth, or all the cotton, I should say, which will turn it into cloth. But here, this is finished. Starting to stock up some food here. But really, we're just focusing so much time on growing and harvesting our crops. And while that's great, we do need a stock of food. I'm worried that we'll spend too long on all of that. We'll fall behind on other stuff. The food does have good spore rate though. You see 34 days for the rice, 27 days, 29 days, 40 days for the rice that's just been harvested. Corn, I think, has about 60-day grow time. So what I will do is actually also expand our corn so that once we get that, we know it's going to last for a lot longer. So there we go, that's our corn expanded. So now we'll have to get these new crops planted, and our current crops, which are about to be fully grown, will all be harvested. Okay, wow, we actually have a big party of visitors coming over. They look pretty well armed. They don't look like knights or anything like that, but they are willing to sell, or at least to chat with us. So let's get Richard on the case. Good social skill. We'll see what they have to sell, because we actually have a little bit of coin. 513 silver coins, so we're good in that sense. No, they are actually just wandering soldiers, it seems. So they actually don't really have much to sell. The herbal medicine, again, would be good. I always like to buy a little bit in. one for 11. That's the best we'll get. Yeah, we'll buy that. And I'll linger around the base for a little bit. Still harvesting all these crops. And I have actually set plant cut to 3 and growing to 2. So I'm not sure why with the plant cutting that is taking priority over crafting. There is the crafting spot here, and it has got the make timber on. So I'm not sure why no timber's being made, but it's not the end of the world if they are focusing on the growing first, because we do want all these crops. When we hit winter, we obviously can't grow any crops, so we are going to be relying purely on our food stocks. So to get this granary full will be pretty useful. Okay guys, so we've had another transport pod crash. Obviously, we're going to assume it's not a transport pod crash. We'll say that there was a battle here and there is someone who survived. I'm pretty sure we'd notice if there had been a battle here while we'd been around, but let's assume we hadn't. So we've got this guy here. He has had his right leg cut. He's only got 4 hours left to live. It's very, very unlikely we'll have him survive. So we need to do a few extra things to give him the best chance of survival. So number 1, bed here, medical. If we have to come all the way out to pick him up, all the way out to get him back, he'll die. So we need to get that. Then, can I pick up herbal medicine? So let's pick up 3 herbal medicine. And then, oh, did he just drop it straight away? He did. That is absolutely amazing. Thanks a lot, Richard. Really, really helpful. Can we get him to actually hold on to it? Okay, he's got forced. So let's then go out and see if we can get him in time. Richard is walking at faster speed because the pumpkin fritters give him plus 3% moving bonus. I love that. Those pumpkin fritters. Who doesn't love the pumpkin fritters? So we'll get Richard over. Hopefully, we can actually reach Justin in time. He's only got 1 wound. So because he's only got 1 wound, that means all our time spent on like patching him up will be purely for that blood loss wound. Whereas if he had loads of wounds, we might not be able to get them all covered in time. But he has only got 3 hours left. Richard is charging over with his longsword out. Makes him look very intimidating. In fact, poor guy over here, Justin probably thinks he's coming over to decapitate him, just like all his other victims. But no, I can assure Justin, Richard is coming over to try and help him. But I don't know. It's gonna be tight. 2 hours left. God, that blood loss is insane. He's lost 2 hours worth of life in like 30 seconds. So we'll get over. Let's rescue Justin. Brilliant. Let's tend to Justin. Okay, so I think we can get him. Justin's got he actually got 1 hour left. Oh, we just got him. Just got him with 1 hour left. That was close. Extreme blood loss. Richard, you're an absolute champ, mate. Hero. We've gone up to 11 medical as well. So now Richard's a very skilled professional. Justin has made it. And I'm going to perform the exact same thing with Justin as I did with Circline. I've rescued them. If they don't join me, I'll beat the crap out of them and then I'll arrest them. So, if we come over here to furniture. Oh, that was already open. Sleeping spot. We'll put a sleeping spot in our next to our butchering block just to intimidate them. Medical. And then I'll delete this bed over here and then carry Justin over to our new spot. So, brilliant job, Richard. We've now got potentially an extra helper. Really, really good stuff. So Justin has been resting for quite a few hours now. We can see, though, quite a few questionable traits. Undergrounder, fine. Ugly, we can't always be the best looking, but cannibal. Okay, that's a little bit worrying that we've just welcomed a cannibal into our base. But ignoring that, 9 planting with 2 passion, so it's a double passion, is amazing because we could have him take up all our planting. That would free up Circleline and Richard to do other tasks. And because he's got such good planting with such good growth potential in it, he'd probably actually do a faster job than if Richard and Circleline were both working on it. So amazing. Construction, again, it's only got 6, so he's a little bit worse than Richard actually. But because he's got the double passion, he'll get really, really good at that. Everything else is pretty trash, but at least he's got 5 melee. So that means I can actually equip the pickaxe and shield and hopefully get him to use them both. And then with that, we can actually get him fighting for us. Because I have actually switched Circleline from the pickaxe to the steel golden dag. So hopefully that will now work and she'll be actually able to attack. I was going to say, I didn't want to actually have incapable of violence, but no, you wouldn't be able to pick up a weapon if you were. So we've actually got 2 ugly people. Rich is the only one who's the most handsome man on the continent. So it's him versus 2 uglies. But hey, Richard doesn't judge. Guys, I'm absolutely devastated. I think I'm actually going to start weeping. All of our pumpkin fritters, they're gone. 20 pumpkin fritters. This is horrible. How is Richard going to survive without the pumpkin fritters? I do not know. But with an extra person to help out, I think the fact that he knows he's going to have less work on his hands with more people to help him, then that should calm him down a little bit. Brilliant, guys. So Justin has actually joined us. So again, 100% success rate with our rescuees joining us, because usually in Rimworld I find that my rescuees just piss off. So actually having both of them join us is really, really good. So now I can set up Justin's priorities. He'll heal up a little bit because he's probably still very, very injured. He's got moderate blood loss, but he's still got a cracked pelvis and a cut leg. So he's going to need a little bit of time. Obviously moving is really, really poor. So maybe need a day or 2 just to rest up and heal a bit. But then after that, that's a massive, massive boost to our farming potential. And maybe even then, freeing Richard up to do a bit of research. Actually, Justin's already come out from bed and he's got straight into helping us. He's playing a little bit of the horseshoe pin game. And yeah, he's already started farming, so that is brilliant stuff. He might be a secret cannibal, but he's at least useful for the colony. Brilliant, look at this. We've got a bulk good trader who's coming over. So, because they're an actual proper trader and not just visitors, we can hopefully buy and sell quite a lot with them. I don't know what they're going to have to sell, but hopefully they want to buy some of our... actually, I don't really want to sell any of our food. Maybe they'll have some weapons that we can buy in for Justin. They're selling donkeys or camels here. Cloth. I won't buy any of that yet. I'm going to actually sell the meat that we got from that raider. Would I buy in timber? Quite expensive. That's no, $1.38 isn't actually too bad. Okay, I'm definitely going to sell the meat because I don't want to just drink 2 of that. If you have a massive supply, or we don't have nothing at all, I don't really want just 2. But timber, we could get that. That's all our money gone. I think because timber's something we can make so easily, we just need the time for it. I won't get it. Oh, actually, no, I'll get it for the doors. So it's 25 per door, and I think we have 5 doors. So it's 125 timber. Yeah, we'll do that. Brilliant. So there's the timber in. That can then get our doors all built up, which will get rid of that outdoor penalty. And then any more timber we get in the future, we can then use to get new furniture or stuff like that. So brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. You can see here we've got our corn all planted, all of our crops that we did harvest have all been planted again, and now they're working on getting our cotton area all set up with the trees chopped down, the grass all cleared, and the cotton seeds planted. So we've now got our farming all done really. And once that cotton field's done, I think we're going to have a lot of free time to start getting stuff like the timber made, getting some research done. So I'm actually going to get a research spot down. Get it down in here as well. I'm going to get, also I know it's still very, very hot outside, but because they complain about darkness, so I am going to get some torches down in, yeah, torch lamps, just in these areas, just so we get the penalty to darkness mitigated while they're trying to work on these areas. Now I've got a research spot down. I'm going to choose my first research. So we've got the main, which doesn't really have anything, so gunpowder, complex serving signal fires. Medieval medicine, we actually do have some stuff now. We have the medieval medicine little package thing there. crude limbs, ear patch, eyebrow. God, that's very concerning. But the medieval section is where all the main research is. Yeah, there is a lot. Trebuchets, ballistas, windmills, all sorts of blades and maces. You can actually push quite far up, like tailoring's actually up here. Stone cutting's there. So let's go lumber. We use raw wood into thin planks to create more sophisticated buildings. So this is a much quicker way of making the timber. We need this because that's our main thing, is to get all the timber made. So it's only 300. That will be our main research. Okay, guys, so I'm actually going to end episode 3 there. We've got a new colonist, Justin, who might try and kill our colonists in the night and eat them, but we'll have to wait and see what he does. We've got Justin. We have now completed our new production area with the granary made, with the rough sort of butchering area set up, and then this will be our rough workroom for now, and then we'll turn this into our leather making area once we get all the correct leather making stuff, like leather tanning and food preservation, all that sort of stuff. We've also set up more farming. We have done a little bit of trade, only a tiny bit of trading, but yeah, it's been a very successful episode, and I'm very happy with the progress made. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like. If you're enjoying the Rimworld series and you're excited to see more, then please consider subscribing. It really helps me out, and also lets me know that you do want to see more of the Rimworld content. And finally, I do have a Discord, so if you want to join that to come say hi, give me any feedback, or give me suggestions for new series to play or new games to play, then please do so. The link for that is in the description. So, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in episode 4. Ta-ra.